Hi students, this is a tutorial for how to do external styles. And so we've already talked about CSS, meaning cascading style sheets, and it's used to do the formatting, or not doing the formatting, rather, controlling the different styles on your page, color, font, size of text, you name it. There's so many opportunities for this. There are 3 different ways to style. You can do it as an inline, which we've already done inside the tag. We've done embedded or internal, where it's going to style the entire web page, and that's where you put the styles inside a style tag in the head section. But now we're ready to do external styles. And it's the one that web developers use the most because it's the easiest one to replicate and use for many different web pages and websites. So this is its own file, and the file is a .css. It's a style sheet. You also link it in the head section just like you would in embedded styles. And that link can be copied and applied again to as many different web pages as you would like those styles to be applied to. So think, for example, HSE Schools website, and there's over 20 schools that have to have the same styles. It makes more sense to have each of them linked to one style sheet, so then if you have a glitch or something you want to change, you only have to change it to the style sheet. You don't have to go back to 20 plus different web pages and change the embedded or the inline styles. So let's go look at an example using glitch.com. Okay, so this is the website that we created today, and here is the CSS. So there's already a CSS started for us. If we wanted to make a CSS, you could just name styles1.css and add this file, and it would add a CSS for you. But since we already have one, we don't need to duplicate it. So we have a CSS, and notice it looks pretty similar to what we saw in our embedded style. You have the element, you have the declaration inside of curly braces, and then you have all those property and values that you want to add. And notice that after each property and value, you add a semicolon. The only difference now is inside our index page, we have a link to our page's style sheet. And here's our link. Its relationship is style sheet, and its hyperlink reference is it's in a folder. It's in a folder, and it's called style.css. And so everything that we've already styled is going to show up on the browser. Now my images aren't loading today, sorry about that, but this is what we've styled so far. Also know that it's kind of like Euchre, and I like to use Euchre as an example. I can still come down here and use inline styles if I want. And so what we've done with the anchor links, for instance, is we put on the anchor links that we do not want them to be underlined, right? You see text decoration, none. And when you see it, all these links up at the top have text decoration, none. But notice that our email address has the underline. And that's because on our CSS, we have styled our anchor tags just with the color. So it's going to have the underline. So in order to get rid of it, on certain specific tags, we can trump it by going in and using that inline style. Thanks so much for watching. Again, this is just styling with external style sheets.